All right. This young man is the reason why we're here tonight making a celebration. Introduce yourself and we'll get started with your story.
Yes.
Maurice Skillern. Your friends and your family and all are here tonight to celebrate your retirement from the service, from the armed services. First, I want to say thank you for your time standing on the wall, because somebody has to. Talk about let's just talk about your book.
Okay.
What was the inspiration to getting it started?
That book actually started in 1991. The inspiration for it was basically my life. I just learned to open up and let the words come, and they pretty much wrote themselves.
From there, you just went. It was a day-to-day journal, or just whenever you had free time, thoughts would come in, you'd write it down and then go from there?
For me, it was actually, I'm a weird type of writer. I'll get a phrase in my head and it won't go away until I actually sit down and write that piece. And I know the piece is done when I sit down and read it and wonder who wrote that. That's when I know the piece is done. The book that I wrote, Messages, it incorporates events in my life. If you read that book and you open your mind up, you can follow me in my journey to where I am today.
You talk about the military, how it was a changing outlook, a vision, gave you a vision and pretty much a path to start and to travel by.
Yeah. The military helped me put a fine point on my focus. In the military, you have to focus. If you don't focus, you're going to miss something. If you miss something, you can die or somebody around you can die. So that's what the military did for me. It helped me collect myself. It helped me to learn what getting a mission completed means. Not getting it half done, not getting it partially done, getting it done. That's the kind of thing the military has to offer for not only me, but for anybody that chooses to enter the military. It's a worthy cause, and you can get your education out of it. My motivation for the military, besides serving my country, was to get my college education. I gave them the most valuable thing that I had, second only to my life, which is my time. And I asked that they give me my education. And through the military, I was able to achieve my bachelor's degree as well as my master's degree.
One of those, two of those things that when you talk about the military, discipline and responsibility. Without one or the other, you might not well put the uniform on. Am I pretty much correct in noticing that?
For the most part. Those two things are finely balanced. Discipline, responsibility. You got to have the discipline to get the job done. You got to have the commitment to support the responsibility of doing that job. You don't have them both, you're going to fall one way or the other.
Let's talk about your homeboy, Roy. He spoke tonight from his heart. You all been friends for, that's what you call a true lifelong friend.
Yes.
Talk about the travels of the two of you all before you went your different ways, you chose your life path.
I want to start by saying, my friend said something to me tonight that before tonight, and if not for this occasion, he couldn't have said to me, and I've often wondered why we can't. He told me he loved me. The way we were raised, you don't say that to another man. That's been something that I always regretted. But when you're brought up in a wolfish type environment, you gotta be strong. But tonight, he told me he loved me. I might not ever hear it again, but tonight, I heard it. That cat, let me tell you a little bit about myself and him. We've been friends since the 5th grade. Don't really know how we became friends. But once we were friends, most people that know us both can't say one of our names without mentioning the other. We were just about always together, whether it was riding bikes, picking berries, picking pears out the pear tree, or finding a plum patch in Acres Homes. We stay in a plum patch for a half a day. and eat. Yeah, we country. That's how we did it. And what we started never ended. When I come home, so to speak, and I see Roy, it's like we just talked yesterday. There's no time lost there. It never has been and never will be. He's been my best friend all my life. And he always will be my best friend. And I'm going to tell you something else. I was one of the smallest fellas in my crew, the guys I ran with. We didn't have gangs and all that stuff, but we hung together and we took care of each other. Those guys, I've got to say, in some ways he looked out for me because they wouldn't mess with me in general. Never knew what was up, but you never knew what would happen when we grew up. But not just Roy, but some of the other guys too. And I was that guy that was smart, but didn't want to be. Smart got you away from your friends, over here with the eggheads. So, I balanced my life. Tell you how I did it. Didn't do homework. Did my classwork, did my tests. That kept me right here, so I could be with my friends.
I understand where you're coming from.
And that's how we pretty much grew up, especially in the environment we went into. We were bused. We were in the school. They didn't like us. They didn't want us there. We had to stick together. So it's a lot of stuff there. The closest movie I've seen to how we grew up would be Cooley High, one of my favorite movies in the whole world. That kind of involvement, that kind of interaction is how we grew up.
Well, with that, the fact that you mentioned Cooley High, you got cool points with me. I know about that movie. Reintroduce yourself, your retired rank, and then we'll close out.
I'm Maurice Skillern. I retired a captain from the United States Army. Proudly. Thank you.
And this is Jerry Lee Woodley Jr. with a King Size View. College Sports Report. Where are they now?